Again, I would ask anyone who is interested in giving me some opinions, do please state how often you would like the show to keep airing. I will take everyone's interest into the show into effect, and we'll see if we'll keep up the current pace or if we'll slow things down a little bit, because it does get hard to try and keep up the show. Especially since I can't film this every single day, and it takes a certain amount of time to get everything done. But anyway, with that out of the way, welcome back to the Ghost Rider Vlog. So today's episode is going to be on issue 24. This time we are featuring the big showdown with the Enforcer and the Water Wizard on Ghost Rider. We left last time with him being rendered unconscious in the form of Johnny Blaze. Very quickly, the Enforcer comes up with a scheme to send him careening off of a ledge with a bike that they are stealing from the movie studio executive's son's bike. And in fact, he is not actually the Enforcer like we were starting to maybe possibly think he was. But it also seems unusual that the Enforcer knows a lot about this family. But it also turns out that he owns a lot of the actual film studio, because in order to keep the film studio going, the head of the studio was doing a lot of loans from loan sharks in order to keep things afloat, and those loans are now owed to the Enforcer, who also controls the Mafia at this point, at least in LA. That out of the way, they are trying to get rid of Blaze because he obviously knows too much, but also because the Enforcer now realizes that his powers are not just gimmicks, and he's a very dangerous threat to his plans. So they try to send him on a suicide ride on the stolen bike, to which he does wake up in time to save himself, freeing him from the bonds that he was tied to on the bike, and also changing form into Ghost Rider, which allows him to survive the explosion as he hits rock bottom. A bit battered, but still very much in workable condition, he summons up the Hellbike, which is taking on a slightly different form without a skull on the front, but instead has some skulls on the decals on the side, and proceeds to head off after the Enforcer again. We do have a momentary interlude with Roxanne as she's having a bit of a panic moment, but realizes that it's just one of the other guys from the studio. It appears that Roxanne, I haven't mentioned her because I've been so busy with the other things, that Roxanne has been a part of the last couple of issues here and there. And it seems that Johnny has caught himself in a rather unusual predicament where he's still very interested in Roxanne, but also can't deny the fact that he's also very interested in Karen Page. And he is obviously very confused, and on both sides, it's very obvious to both women that he's very interested, but at the same time, both women don't really want to commit to something right now, for whatever odd reasons. But that aside, Ghost Rider manages to track down the Enforcer to his hidden base inside the mountains near the hills of Hollywood, and proceeds to break in and continue his attack. He manages to corner the Enforcer, but at the same time as that's happening, the Water Wizard finally finds a leaking pipe and manages to start making more water monsters. After taking down two of them, the Ghost Rider figures out that the best way to stop them from constantly popping up and overpowering him would be to take out the Water Wizard himself. Almost said weather. And proceeds to knock him out. Although the last creature was particularly huge and didn't evaporate instantly upon use of the Hellfire, it did eventually start to fall apart because it needs a constant connection of some sort, mentally. However, just as that creature falls apart, the Enforcer is getting out of the Hellfire trap, to which Johnny sends some more his way, but he can't get a long shot at him. What he does do, however, is that he sets up mental images of fire monsters to attack the Enforcer, which he then spends his attention on, allowing Ghost Rider to sneak up behind him and finally clobber him one. When he unmasks the Enforcer, it appears to be someone of apparently a college age, but he doesn't know who it is. I suspect that it's possibly the studio producer's son, which was mentioned earlier, but won't know possibly until next issue. And with that, we have a huge fight that went down. Both villains are officially captured and done with, and Johnny Blaze can call the police up on this entire fiasco that has been going on for the last couple of issues. And with that, we are done for today. And that's pretty much a bookend to this particular story plot. So we will see what new story elements arise for next issue. By the way, I also forgot about the cover. Freaking fantastic. I love some action-y, dynamic covers, and this one is no letdown. Good stuff.